Hello, my name is Rob, and today I am making a vegetarian chili. So hello, welcome back to Rob's Randoms, a channel where I make videos about things that interest me, and recently I have become vegetarian. However, before that, for the past 3 or 4 months, me and my wife have been making a vegetarian chili and eating it for 3 nights a week. It is a really tasty, really cheap, really quick and easy meal to make, and I figured I would show it off on this video because I'm making it tonight for this week. So for this recipe we will need bell peppers, onions, chopped tomatoes, 4 tins of beans. We normally go for 2 tins of red kidney beans, 1 tin of butter beans, and something else. Today we've gone for cannellini beans, but it can be any other kind of bean. Seasonings and dark chocolate chips. But so let's begin and make my version of this vegetarian chili. Okay, so let's begin by chopping up our onions and pepper. So we normally do about 1 large pepper and 2 large onions, 3 medium onions, because it's for 2 people for 3 days, but you can add to it across the days. Normally by the 3rd day we do want to add an extra tin of beans or something. It's a very forgiving recipe, you add what you need. Right, let's just clear the chopping board. So now let's get on and actually chop up all of our veg. So we got this recipe from an Adam Ragusa video, and there is a link in the description. It's a really good video. It's basically the video I'm going to make, but better. Go watch that, it's really good, but this is just our version of this chili, because the great thing about this vegetarian chili is that it doesn't really have any set recipe. You put in it the things that you want to eat, and you can change it up. It doesn't really matter. A really good tip I found out the other day is that if, when you cut something, you find that it starts to stick to the knife, so if I was to do that, that got stuck to the knife. If you don't want that, if you put the knife at a point and go diagonally like that, it doesn't stick to it. Honestly, the best cooking life hack I think I've ever read. Right, that's basically all the chopping we need to do, except obviously for a bunch of garlic. Now, as with any recipe, I can't tell you how much to put in. You measure that with your soul. I'm going to say 4 relatively big cloves of garlic is pretty much enough. Now, I am going to use a garlic press for this, and I know some people say that is a terrible way of cutting garlic and it's stupid and pointless. Some people just cut up the garlic with a knife. That's fine, you know, do whatever you want to do. Let me know in the comments if you use a garlic press or if you cut it up with a knife. So we're making this in the biggest pot that you've got, and for me that means my trusty Le Creuset. Not sponsored by Le Creuset, obviously. Wouldn't that be the dream? I just happen to really love my Le Creuset pan. Get some oil in there and start it heating up. Okay, so in we go with the onions and the peppers. With some salt to start drawing out the moisture. And now I'm going to put the lid on to give it time to release the moisture without drying everything out, because this needs to cook for 10 to 15 minutes really. There we go, lots of liquid come out now, so now we can actually start. I'll put the fan on, so the extractor fan, so that we can get rid of some of this moisture, and then it'll cook down, then it'll actually start frying, and then we can actually have fried stuff, not just wet onions. Okay, so now let's start seasoning things. In fact, I'll turn the heat down as well ever so slightly. And try and do all this nice and quick. So, cumin. Lots of cumin. Paprika. Cayenne pepper. I got some onion granules today because I thought that could go well. I know there's onion in it, but onion granules have got a much stronger flavour. So we'll go for some of that. Stir all that in. Let's add the tomato paste, because that also needs to be browned just a little bit. I've just realised I think the garlic is already in here because I didn't take it out of the onions. I'm very silly. Yeah. That's a piece of garlic in there. Whoops. Well, it's a good thing it hasn't burned. Let's crush those. Oh, that's so easy to crush now. Obviously, I don't always forget the garlic and cook it like that. That was silly because I'm focused on trying to make a video. Whoops! I don't think it's made any huge difference. Still smells nice. Right, so now 2 tins of tomatoes. There we go, we'll use that to get the frond off the bottom of the pan. Is it fond or frond? Either way, the stuff at the bottom of the pan. Now the 2 tins of red kidney beans. With the water that's already in there, oh, there's still some kidney beans in there, we'll check those out in a minute. Gonna turn the heat up because obviously there's lots of cold stuff going in now, it's gonna bring the temperature all the way down. So now the cannellini beans and the butter beans. Now there's still a few beans left at the bottom of the tin, but that's fine because now I'm going to do a vegetable oxo cube. Right, so there we go, so I boiled the kettle and I put half a tin in the chopped tomatoes and then stirred it around, poured that into the other chopped tomatoes, then into all the beans. And so now we've got vegetable oxo stock with all the extra stuff from all the tins that didn't come out the first time. We'll stuff that in as well. So now I'm going to put the lid on and let this come up to a boil, and then we'll put it down to a simmer, and then we can start doing final seasonings and things. Okay, I think the chili is about, well, it's simmering at least. So let's give it a taste for seasoning. It's quite nice, it's very, oh, it's quite spicy actually, I hadn't thought about that. It doesn't have any pepper, so let's give it a lot of pepper. But now the secret ingredient, some dark chocolate chips. They add an extra flavour dimension. It means it's not just beans and tomatoes. Just a little handful of those in. And they will change the flavour and it will taste incredible. So the great thing about this chili is that it is incredibly easy to make. It's good for you because it's full of vegetables and it's not really got that many calories. It's quick to make, it's very cheap. And again, the great thing about this is that you can change the seasonings, you can change what's in it. It's just the vague idea of a vegetable chili. If you want less heat or more heat, you can put different things in. We've got some boursin in the fridge. I could put that in and make it a creamier, garlicky kind of thing. You can put red wine in it, make it more of an Italian thing. Whatever you want. This is just the base idea of a recipe for you to then put in whatever you want. It's such a great thing, and every time we have this, it's different. Because each week we take it in turns to make this, and because each of us cooks differently, we put different things in it and it tastes differently. Do you know what? I've just tried it and it is still a little bit spicy, so I am going to add the boursin to this because, I mean, it's delicious, it's garlicky, it's going to go well, and also dairy, I understand, cancels out some of the heat of things, so it should make this a little bit less spicy as well. Right, let's give that a try. Oh, that's a much different experience. Yeah, a lot creamier. And there's a lot garlickier as well. And so there we have my amazing vegetarian chili that is delicious. That's so good. If you do happen to make this thing, let me know in the comments what kind of things you put in it. Any other seasonings, spices, vegetables, things like that. Just let me know what you're putting in this, because as I say, the best thing about this recipe is that you can change it up and just put whatever you want in it. Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please do click like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. My name is Rob, and I will see you in another random video very soon.